All right. Welcome, everyone. We love getting to dive deep into the things you're curious about. And today, it's all about Berhampur.
Berhampur.
Yeah, a city in Odisha, India. You guys sent in a ton of material on it, and it looks fascinating. Like, seriously, there's so much to unpack here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's known as the Silk City of India. So right off the bat, we're dealing with something special.
Yeah.
But it's clear there's way more to it than just silk. That's kind of the whole point of this deep dive, right?
Yeah.
We're going to take all this info you sent, the history, the culture, everything, and pull out the really important stuff, the insights that'll make you go, ooh, I never knew that. So ready to explore the abode of Lord Brahma.
The abode of Lord Brahma. Is that what they call it?
That's what it means. Berhampur, or, Piakud in Odia.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool, right? And it's not just a name. It actually gives you a sense of the city's history.
How so?
Well, your sources really emphasize that Berhampur has been a significant place for centuries, a center of trade and learning long before British rule.
Right. And even under British rule, it held importance. Not just some small trading post, but a full-on administrative center, a hub for education. It must have been a pretty important place.
Exactly. So from the name alone, we see this is a city with deep roots. And speaking of roots, that brings us to the Silk City title.
Ah, yes. The silk.
You can't talk about Berhampur without talking about silk. We're talking about the famous Berhampur Pata Saij or Air, Oscar recognized globally.
Oh, I've heard of those. They're absolutely stunning.
Right. And here's the thing. They're hand-woven. Like, imagine the skill and tradition passed down through generations to create these intricate designs. It's not just fabric. It's art.
I see what you mean, yeah. And they're not just keeping it local either. They're exporting these saris all over India, even internationally.
That's right. It's a global market for these hand-woven beauties.
Yeah.
What do you think makes them so appealing worldwide?
Well, I think it's that hand-woven element you mentioned. Each sari is unique, It has the artisan's touch. It's not something mass-produced. It's a piece of their skill and heritage.
That's a good point. The human touch, the tradition, it adds so much value.
Exactly. It's the story behind it, the authenticity, the artistry. Plus, hand-woven textiles often have amazing quality and durability.
Absolutely. It's like you're wearing a piece of history.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not just silk, right? Berhampur has a diverse economy. Your sources mention a pretty big cashew industry.
Right, cashews. Makes sense. Geographically, Odisha is a major cashew producer.
And there's also brass and metal handicrafts. So again, that artisan skill is shining through in other areas. Plus, the city's historical involvement in sea trade really highlights its connection to broader networks of commerce.
It's like a multifaceted economy, with silk as maybe the most famous element, but not the only one. It really adds to the city's identity.
Yeah, it paints a more complex picture.
Yeah.
And it's not all work and no play, right? Berhampur has a vibrant culture, especially when it comes to festivals.
Festivals.
You wouldn't believe the festivals.
Do tell.
Well, first, there's the Thakurani Yatra. It's written as Duro Anogio, but it's called Etogi.
Yeah.
It's like their biggest festival. This massive procession honoring Mabudi Thakurani, who is Samino Kanakakadina Dordia.
Okay. Sounds impressive. A procession, you said.
Huge GE procession. And get this, it happens every 2 years.
Every 2 years. Not annually. That's interesting. Why do you think that is?
I was wondering the same thing. Maybe it takes that long to organize something so grand.
I could see that. Something that big, it probably involves the whole community. A ton of planning, resources.
It makes it even more special because it's not every year.
Yeah.
The anticipation builds up.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it probably strengthens community bonds, too. Everyone working together for this one huge event.
Right. And that's just one festival. We've also got Durga Puja.
Durga Puja, I know that one. Isn't that celebrated all over India?
It is, but in Berhampur, it's a huge deal. Apparently, they have these incredibly elaborate pandals and idols.
Wow, that's pretty cool. A city that knows how to celebrate.
Yeah, and then there's the Ganjam Kala Parishad Nati Mahotsav. That's Hafaristios in Odia. And it's a huge art and dance festival considered one of the most important in Odisha.
So not just religious festivals, but also celebrating art and culture.
Exactly. It's like this multi-layered approach to community and expression.
Yeah.
How do you think these festivals, beyond just the fun and celebration, contribute to the social fabric of Berhampur?
Well, it's all about bringing people together, creating shared experiences, reinforcing traditions. Think about the Thakurani Yatra, with everyone participating in the preparations, the procession. It fosters a sense of belonging.
Right, like a collective effort. And then with Durga Puja, you've got all these local centers of celebration bringing neighborhoods together.
Exactly. And a festival like the Natya Mahotsav showcases local talent, exposes people to different art forms. It enriches the cultural understanding of the entire community.
Yeah, and passes traditions down through generations. So festivals aren't just parties, they're kind of the lifeblood of the community.
Exactly, exactly.
And if you're thinking of visiting Berhampur, there are some amazing places to see nearby. Just a short drive away is Gopalpur on Sea, written as Gopalpur.
Gopalpur on Sea. I feel like I've heard of that. Is that the one with the really nice beaches?
That's the one. Peaceful beaches, clean sand, cool breezes.
Sounds like a great escape.
And it's got this interesting history. It used to be a bustling trading port.
Ah, I see. So it's gone from a hub of commerce to a haven of relaxation?
Yeah, quite the transformation. But,
Yeah.
it probably adds to the charm.
I'd imagine so, yeah. That blend of history and natural beauty, I can see the appeal.
Right. And then there's the Tara Tarini Temple.
Mm.
That's at Uratanagiri in Odia. It's about 30 kilometers outside Berhampur, and it's considered one of Odisha's 4 major Shakti Pithas.
Shakti Pithas. Refresh my memory. What are those again?
They're super significant pilgrimage sites for Hindus,
Yeah.
particularly those who worship the goddess Shakti.
Ah, right. So they're like super holy places.
Yeah, each Shakti Pitha is believed to be a place where part of the goddess Sati's body fell to earth. And this particular one, Tara Tarini, it's on a hilltop overlooking the Rushikuya River.
Wow, I can only imagine the view, combining that spiritual significance with the natural beauty of the river. It must be a powerful experience.
Right. And of course, in Berhampur itself, you have the Mabudi Thakurani Temple, or Ea Tortonanas.
Mm.
Your sources say it's the city's most famous temple, attracting thousands of devotees every year.
It sounds like the heart of the city's faith.
It does, doesn't it? A real focal point for the community.
And not just for worship. These temples often serve as social spaces, too. Places for gatherings, for preserving traditions. It's all interwoven.
And there's even more to see around Berhampur. There's the Mahurakalua Temple, written as Saya Boko Akanao, which is dedicated to Makalai.
So another important deity in Hinduism, it's interesting how diverse the religious landscape seems to be.
And it's in this beautiful natural setting. Then there's the Podagar Fort, written as Bekelaukan, so it has remnants from both British and French rule.
Ah, so we see that colonial history reflected in the architecture. It must be fascinating to walk through a place like that, thinking about all the different influences that shaped it.
And we can't forget the Rushikuya River itself, written as Sayamanai. It's a nesting site for olive ridley sea turtles.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. It really shows how rich the biodiversity of the region is. You've got these ancient temples, colonial forts, and then this incredibly important natural habitat all in one area.
It really is a tapestry, isn't it? History, spirituality, nature, all woven together.
Exactly.
And, we can't talk about a place without talking about the food.
Oh, of course. What's on the menu in Berhampur?
Get ready for a flavor explosion, because Berhampur is a blend of Odia, Andhra, and Bengali cuisine. Talk about a culinary crossroads.
Wow, that sounds like an incredible fusion of flavors.
Yeah.
What do you think contributes to such a diverse culinary scene?
Well, geographically, Odisha is right next to Andhra Pradesh and West Bengal, so there's been a natural exchange of culinary traditions over time.
Right, that makes sense. And likely centuries of trade and cultural exchange, too. It's not just ingredients, it's techniques, flavors, a whole way of cooking.
Absolutely. And your sources highlighted some must-try dishes. There's pakala butt. It's written as pala patai, and it's this special Odia fermented rice dish, perfect for hot weather.
Fermented rice, that's interesting. It's like a traditional take on probiotics. Very cool.
Then there's chinapoda, which is, in the famous Odia sweet made from chinata.
Ah, Gina, that's like a fresh cheese, right?
That's it. Apparently, it's baked until it caramelizes. It sounds amazing.
It does. Definitely adding that to the must-try list.
And then you've got mudi mansa. That's written as kura. It's mutton curry served with puff rice called naya. Sounds pretty hearty.
It does, yeah. A real local staple, I bet. The mix of textures sounds interesting. The tender curry with the crispy puffed rice.
And of course, being on the coast, they have amazing prawn and crab curry.
Ah, that's a given. Fresh seafood is a must when you're by the ocean. I'd imagine the local spices really elevate those flavors.
And finally, there's the Berhampur biryani. That's the Kelio Kantalaria. It's a fusion of Andhra and Mughlai flavors.
Wow, so even the biryani reflects that blending of cultures. It's like a culinary history lesson on a plate.
Right. And it's not just the fancy dishes. There's a lively street food scene, too. Chaat, gupchup, or nadigo dahi bara aloo dum. It all sounds so delicious.
It does. You really get a sense of the energy of the city just by imagining those street food stalls.
Yeah, like a taste of everyday life.
Exactly.
So we've got history, culture, food, and Berhampur is also a major educational hub.
Ah, so it's a city with brains, too.
Totally. We're talking Berhampur University.
Okay, a full-fledged university. That's a sign of a serious commitment to education.
And then there's ISER Berhampur.
ISER, what's that stand for?
The Indian Institute of Science, Education, and Research. It's a prestigious institution focused on, well, science and research.
So they're not just teaching established knowledge, they're pushing the boundaries of what we know. That's really impressive.
Right. And then there's MKCG Medical College, which is one of the top medical colleges in Odisha. So they're training the next generation of doctors.
So they're a major player in healthcare for the entire region.
Yep. And then there's Calicut University, which is one of the oldest colleges in Odisha. Talk about a legacy.
Wow, so we've got cutting-edge science and research, top-notch medical training, and institutions with deep historical roots. It really does sound like a well-rounded educational landscape.
And it all contributes to the city's character. Attracts talent, fosters innovation. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm getting the sense that Berhampur is a city that values knowledge and progress.
Totally. And all that progress is easier with good connectivity. Berhampur has great connections by road, rail, and air.
Oh yeah, that's essential for a growing city.
It's located on NH16, a major highway connecting Chennai to Kolkata.
So easy to reach by bus or car.
Exactly. And the Berhampur railway station is a major junction on the East Coast Railway.
So well connected by train as well.
Yep. And for flying, the nearest airport is in Bhubaneswar, which is about 170 kilometers away.
Okay, so not too far to reach a major airport. That's good for both travel and business.
Right. So Berhampur is well-connected, well-educated, and culturally vibrant. And it's not stopping there. It's transforming into a modern city.
Ah, so embracing the 21st century. What kind of developments are we talking about?
Well, they're building IT parks and technology hubs.
Ooh, attracting tech companies, creating new jobs. A smart move.
Totally. And they've got this smart city project going on, upgrading roads, drinking water, traffic facilities, trying to make the city more efficient and livable.
Makes sense. You got to keep up with the times, invest in infrastructure.
And they've even got shopping malls and multiplexes now, which shows how lifestyles are changing.
Yeah, it's a sign of a city on the move, embracing modern conveniences and entertainment options. It's really interesting to see how they're balancing all this development with their rich history and traditions.
Right. It's not about erasing the past. It's about building on it. So what do you make of Berhampur now?
Honestly, I'm really impressed. I knew about the silk, of course, but I had no idea how much more there was to this city. It's like this perfect blend of tradition and modernity.
It really is. It makes you wonder what the future holds for Berhampur. What do you think?
I think Berhampur is a city to watch for sure. With its focus on education, technology, and infrastructure, it seems poised for some pretty big things. But you know, what I find really fascinating is how they'll continue to integrate their cultural heritage into this modern development. It's like, what will the Berhampur of the future look like? Will it be this cutting-edge tech hub that's still weaving its famous silk saris? Or will it develop new traditions alongside the old ones?
Those are great questions. And it's something for all of us to think about, not just about Berhampur, but about how cities around the world navigate these changes. It's been an amazing deep dive. Thanks for all the great insights.
My pleasure.
And to everyone listening, thanks for sending in all that fascinating material on Berhampur. We hope you learned something new today. And who knows, maybe this deep dive will inspire you to explore Odisha's cultural heritage even further.